Hi everyone, happy Monday. I'm starting something a little bit new here with Big Will Coaching and with my athletes. So I'm doing a special video once a week to connect with all of you at the same time because I have some topics that I think can help everyone. I'm also part of a mastermind coaching group, which is pretty cool. So the coach has a coach. And it's been our leader, Larry, Coach Larry, he does a video each week, and I thought it was pretty cool. So it's something I wanted to start and share with all of you. Now, each week I want to share kind of 3 different areas. So something general that pertains to your activities, like a more umbrella aspect, and then something that will correlate directly to your intervals, and then an extra tidbit. So starting with our general, it is hot. All right, so here in Southern California, it was over 100 degrees today. For my training ride, I did like 4 hours up to altitude, and one of the key aspects of these big rides and being out in the elements is rehydrating and refueling. So don't think you need to get all of those electrolytes back in through your space food or engineered nutrition. So we have a lot of great fresh vegetables right now. Fruit is pretty phenomenal right now. You have a bunch of melons, so you could like anything from watermelon to cantaloupes to I have a bunch of fresh tomatoes from a garden and cucumbers. Those have really high water content. So if you eat those, and what better to add to all of those, even the watermelon, is some sea salt. So you're getting the hydration back into your system, and you're also getting, you can add the salt to get the kind of re-put that potassium and sodium back in. So of course you can eat some of that space food stuff, but your palate could be kind of really fatigued from a big ride of drinking, engineered nutrition. So think about eating a lot of real food that contain a high water content. It's going to really help you rehydrate. And after the fact is going to be super important. So don't just go about your day or, start eating heavy carbs and drinking the alcohol by the pool. You got to add in some of these fruits and vegetables. Now, training tip, intervals. Between that fraction between the intervals, or when you're going really hard and potent work, I want that recovery fraction to be very, very easy. Okay, I've seen a lot of data from that I'm collecting from you guys is that period between the intervals, you might be working a little bit too hard. So you're going into the next interval overly fatigued, or your heart rate's still too high. So let's really try this week when you have prescribed intervals to keep that recovery period much lighter. Think about getting back to nose breathing, to a conversation pace, and then you're probably going to hit maybe some higher parameters for your next interval. If not, you're going to have better like RPE, or rate of perceived exertion, is like, man, I actually feel recovered and I feel better for this. All right, here's our last tidbit, our extra one. Don't fight your power meters. Calibrate them. If they are telling you numbers you don't believe, trust your instinct, okay? Your rate of perceived exertion, what's your breathing rate, what's your expiration rate, what's your heart rate? These things are tried and true. The power meter is actually the most fallible part of what we're training, okay? So if it's reading what you would imagine to be like a zone lower, there's probably something wrong with it. Really trust your instinct with how you are pedaling, how you're riding, and also remember the heat is going to take an extra toll. So you might be performing lower than normal, but there's a reason. It's not because you're bad. Okay, so have a little grace with yourself. Calibrate those power meters, all right, and make sure the data is clean. But at the end of the day, trust your gut and trust how you feel. I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to ride with all of you again.